Hey guys, Muncheez here. Welcome to another Maplestory video for beginners, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Gollux. So Gollux requires a pre-quest. This pre-quest takes probably, I don't know, maybe less than 2 minutes to do, but it brings you straight to the boss initially. So when you do it, just make sure you're ready to actually go in the first time. The reason why this boss is very important to do every day when you're first starting your account out is because it takes a very long time to collect the rewards that you specifically want from him and the shop that he has. Usually what a lot of people do is get a friend or someone they know that has been playing for a while that has a lot of drop to just bring him to Gollux as soon as possible as to get the most coins. If you do this, you do need to make sure you can do at least 5% of the boss's health. So now they have changed, and I'm going to freeze this here. So where this little star is, there's going to be a dot, either red, blue, or green. Now from my understanding and after learning about this, the dot has to either be blue or green to get loot from the boss. And I guess this is the game's way of finding out if you've done 5% of the boss's health or not. I'm not sure about the whole 5% thing, but if you are getting carried or buzzed through any content, make sure that that dot is blue or green and you are not dead when the boss dies. Now, when you are solo, you are going to be having a little bit of a harder time getting Gollux coins right away. But doing these quests from the girl on the mule will give you a little bit at the start. You'll get like 1 to 5 depending on which quest it is when you do your Gollux quest. And every day she will give you a key to go into Gollux. So before you head in, you can chill here and put all your buffs up, whatever you need, before you head on in. And when you head in initially at the start, you'll have the regular Gollux key. Every time you enter, it consumes one of these keys. When you enter the first time, you'll encounter this little cutscene where you are already at Gollux's head, and he'll knock you off, and you're going to have to climb back up. Now, they've changed this, so the portals on this map correlate to his body. And it's always from his point of view, so if you want to say you're doing the quest chain for him, and you want to kill his right shoulder, you would go up his right arm, which is going to be on the left side of the map, if that makes sense. And this is just a personal preference, but if you're going up, I always just use the arms because the arms give you access to a portal that allows you to go to his core, and that kind of lets you go to any specific body part that you want, whether it's the head, shoulders, or his like lower core. Also, sometimes these monsters tend to try to hide behind walls, so if you can't go anywhere for some reason, they're probably hiding behind a wall somewhere. But once you get to the upper portion of an arm, you can either go up to go straight to a shoulder if you want to break it, or there's going to be a portal that's towards his center, and this will bring you to his core. Now I'm going to freeze in here and just show you where everything goes. The 2 top sides will bring you to his shoulder, and the 2 lower sides will bring you to either side of the arms. The bottom portal in the center will bring you to his core, and then the top one that's right next to the heart is going to bring you to his head. So he has 3 breakable body parts. So his shoulders can be broken and his lower core can be broken. And what this does is it adjusts the difficulty of the boss. So Gollux, as they call it, is you don't destroy any of them and you go straight to the head and you fight them. And pretty much from easy, you'll break all 3. Normal is like you break 2, and then hard is you break 1. So if you're in this room and you're about to go fight the boss for whatever reason, you can go break a body part or make sure you're just buffed up, ready to go, and everything is kind of set before you head off to the head. And early on, if you're scared to go do like more, you can kind of test the waters out because you can come back to this room like if you die or if you think you're just not going to do enough damage. But what you can do is, since you do have like 30 minutes to do this whole thing to make sure you kill it, you can go fight the head, pop your cooldowns, and then if you're having trouble living outside or whatever, you can go back to the room and just stay safe until your cooldowns come back up. And what I did is, this is a brand new explorer, so I just broke 2, and then I'm just gauging how strong I am. So if I'm strong enough, then I'll come back tomorrow and I'll just break 1 instead of 2. But the way this boss works is when you go in, you're going to be on one of the sides, and pretty much what you want to do is sit close to the center, because his pink breath attack will just melt you and kill you if it even touches you, and you'll just die out. But you just want to stay as close to the center as possible and evade any breath attacks. So if you get hit by the black breath, it's not super bad, but it'll bind you in place. But if you just stay in the middle and then just dodge his attacks from left to right, you'll be a-okay. And there is a safe spot up here. There's going to be a little portal. So where the arrow is next to my character, there's a portal there. You can't see it because I'm not standing close enough to it. But you want to stand on the edges on either the left or the right side. The portal is under his chin. So if you take one of these portals, it'll usually bring you to just right underneath his chin, which is a pretty dangerous area unless you're just going there to clean out the little rocks that spawn, because if they get too close to them, I believe they blow up and they'll kill you. So if you are trying to go back to the safe room as well, there's a portal for the safe room. So if you're getting bust through for whatever reason after you've done all your damage, and say you took a while to do all the damage and you have like 1 life left or something like that, so once you've done your damage or whatever and you just want to be safe, you can go back to the safe room on the bottom left. So there's 3 phases to the fight. Currently where I'm at right now on screen is the second phase, but the first phase, the dangerous thing, is all the breaths, and depending on how many body parts you kill, he can also pull his hand up and try and grab you with the hand, which will also kill you. Here, you have to watch out of the minions at the bottom. There's like these little rocks with purple crystals in them, and they'll start heading towards the center. You want to kill them as much as possible. Normally, most classes have something they can place down there or what have you to just automatically kill them, and you don't have to think about them. But you just want to make sure they don't get too far, because they will blow up like full screen map attack and you'll just die. So you have to be careful of that. And there's also a grab in the second phase, as well as a thing that'll reverse your controls, which is very dangerous, which can get you killed. But when you start doing the harder difficulties like Helix or even Hard Lux, this is what it's going to be like. You're going to be kind of towards the middle, and every time his eyes flash, you just want to get to the other side of his head. So this is probably the easiest method that I've found to do it. Most classes have like a mobility or a dash or something that'll bring you forward, but you can pretty much avoid every single one of them. But you have to do this quickly because the attacks come out really fast. So as soon as you see his eyes flash, you have to get out of the way. Otherwise, you're just going to lose a life. So before you enter the second phase, make sure you're ready to get up on one of the platforms that spawn, because if you don't, you'll get hit by one of his reverse controls. His eyes flash orange, and as you can see, I have reverse controls, and I got smacked by the hand. If you do get hit by that, normally you die, but certain classes have like safeties against that, luckily. Or if you have one of the Aurelia's elixirs, it'll keep you from dying once. But for the most part, this is what it looks like. If you have something to instantly get you out of the way from the hand, you can either just double jump in the air when you see it, or get ready to move out of the way, because some classes do get animation locked, so you want to be wary of it. The only 2 things that'll kill you here pretty much if you're using this portal method to hit the boss is either the grab, or if any one of the little rock minions travel too far towards the center. If you do play a class that can't just stay on the platform and kill it while you have something on the bottom just like automatically killing, like Kana has like a summon, she can just leave down there and you can just kill them with it. But for other classes, if you have to manually go and dispatch them because you're still taking a while to defeat the boss, then after you dodge a hand grab or something, just go down there, dispatch them really quick, and then you can just go back up onto the platform, and hopefully you don't get reverse controlled in the process. But pretty much once you get in the third phase, you're pretty safe, and the only thing that'll kill you are the minions. And every time you kill them, you'll have like a little short whatever cutscene. If you are getting buzzed through this, make sure you turn off any buffs or toggles or whatever you have that might hit the orb, because you want the person with the drop, which is probably going to be the person carrying you, to hit the orb so you get the most out of it. but you want to turn off all of your buffs and automatic like abilities that'll just like fire things off, because the heart breaks in like one hit, so you do want to be careful. And it's the same thing if you are running it solo. You do want to have all this stuff off before you get back into this room, so you can switch to whatever familiars, if you have familiars for drop, or like your drop gear, your inner ability, whatever, and you want to throw all your drop gear on before you break this heart. Especially if you're doing Helix, because you are looking in specific for a belt or an earring. So the main goal of this whole entire ordeal is to get the superior set. And the first portion of that is to get the drops from Helix. So that is, they usually glow green, I believe. So if you see a green drop, like a glowing green belt or a glowing green pair of earrings, that is a superior Gollux piece, and those are very important to have. So there's also a shop here, and be careful when you're in the shop. Do not buy anything that costs purple coins. It costs a lot of purple coins, and that is what you are trying to save. So do not spend your purple coins in here. The silver coins are whatever. If there's anything you want with the silver coins, you can spend it on it. It doesn't matter, because you won't get any of them later on when you start doing Helix. And when you start doing Hard Lux or Helix, you still get the purple coins, and the purple coins are used specifically to buy the neck piece out of the shop and the ring, and these are 700 a piece. So to finish the set, you need 1400 total. So you can get a drop, which is the belt or the earrings, and then you have to buy the ring or the neck. And this takes a very long time. Even if you have someone bussing you or what have you, it'll take a while to get 1400 coins. Just because depending on how much drop they have and just RNG in general, it's just dependent on how many coins you get every day. But pretty much the drops from Helix and these coins that you have to save up to buy these two items from the shop. Not to mention, you are going to need duplicates later on if you are going to be star forcing them, which most likely you will be. You want to have a spare or a backup for later on down the line when you start star forcing your Gollux pieces. But the set bonus from this is very powerful, so a lot of people use these for a very long time, and you do get a very significant power gain from having the set. Now, with all this being said, this is why you want to start doing this as soon as you can. I know this is a little bit longer video than normal, but there's a lot of information here, especially if you're new to doing something like Gollux. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, anything of that sort, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and sub on the way out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.